Ready to succeed. Raid Shadow Legends. Sorry there was no episode yesterday. I recorded one, and OBS keeps changing my settings again. We're back in that phase where OBS is just like, nah, I don't think these are your defaults anymore. I think these are your defaults now. There's no reason. There's no reason. But it's doing it. And it's pissing me off. And now I'm paranoid, and I'm going to keep looking to make sure my mic's working. So the audio was off yesterday. You didn't miss much yesterday, honestly. We are still just trying to farm silver up and trying not to spend a bunch of gems doing it. So I'm using energy as I get it to do spider and campaign and stuff. So I thought what we would do today, since this video popped up, excuse me, I haven't watched it yet. I have no idea about anything about it. I can see in the content creator chat that everybody's pretty hype about it. And I didn't even read that. I can just tell there's a lot of chatting. There's a lot of people going, this looks great. So I figured we will watch it together in today's episode, since there's not much to do on the account. So I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of interested to watch it, actually. So let's just jump over and check it out. See what we got going on here.
Hey everyone, just like we promised, our What's Next in Raid series is back on track. It's been a long wait, but don't worry. We're sure you're going to love what's in store.
Wait a minute.
Let's start with the big
stuff. Let's say Awakening.
We promised our What's Next in Raid series is back on track. It's been a long wait, but don't worry. We're sure you're going to love
Iron Twins
what's in
Fortress.
Store. Let's start with the big
Deck
stuff.
Of Fate
Introducing Awakening. We've been working on this for a while, and we're finally ready to share an overview with you. Awakening is a huge feature, and there's a ton to explore and experiment with. Think of it like we took the best parts of Masteries and Ascension, then mashed them together for some tasty raid goodness. We'll tell you how it works in a minute, but first let me tell you why you should care.
Let me just say this before we get started. Let me go back real quick. Okay, good. It's not just legendaries. That makes me happy.
But first, let me tell you why you should care. Awakening your champions lets them align to a divinity of your choosing to get blessings that will help them in battle. These blessings are like super-powered passive skills that boost stats and give your champions some crazy benefits and effects. We're talking calling in a Reaper to finish off your enemies.
This is
lightning orbs.
Ridiculous.
To protect your buffs and strike your targets down. A floating ring of bones that spawns from the corpses of allies and summons a mace-wielding undead skeleton to charge at the bad guys. A giant flaming boulder that smites your enemies from the heavens. And the terrifying, tortuous, merciless standard field sheep. And breathe. As you can see, we've got a lot of new, unique mechanics here. But there's also a ton of blessings to play into the mechanics you're already familiar with. We can't wait to see all the awesome combos you come up with to put these blessings to good use.
This
we'll cover them in more
is shaping up to be one of the most game-changing things they've done. Possibly the most game-changing thing they've done. That looks insane. I hope it includes rares. I hope I'm not excluded from this on my Rare and a Go account, man.
Detail in a future
really
video,
hope we all get to.
But now you know why you want to awaken your champions. Let's talk about how. Starting from the top at the Iron Twins Fortress. Before you awaken your champions, you'll have to head here to get the items you'll need. This is a brand new dungeon, and it works a little differently. It's divided up into affinities. Every day, the affinity will change, meaning the affinity of the boss inside it will change. There'll be 15 stages when the dungeon first goes live, but progress is individual and unique to each affinity. This means if you reach stage 15 on Magic Affinity, you'll still have to work your way up to that stage on Force, Spirit, and Void.
See
There'll be a regular schedule for which affinity is open on which day, so you
let me look at that again real quick.
On Magic Affinity, you'll still have to work your way up to that stage on Force.
Yeah,
Spirit,
so they're all dropping the same stuff. See, that's
a
good. That's just. It shouldn't. I hate it that it's so surprising when they do something good. That's good, though. So, like, if you're particularly strong in one affinity, then, yeah, you have to wait on it to roll back around, but at least you can farm it. At least you're not excluded from certain materials because you're only strong in spirit or something, you know what I mean? And if you're strong in all of them, great, you get to farm them faster. That's a good move, man. That looks solid.
Regular schedule for which affinity is open on which day, so you can plan ahead. It's similar to the affinity keeps, but in this case, it's all in one dungeon. In addition, raiding the fortress will require both energy and a fortress key, and you'll get a limited number of keys every day, so make sure you use them. Okay, new dungeon, obviously a new boss. Meet the
Hang on.
Iron Twins.
Hang on.
Okay, new dungeon, obviously a new...
All right. Attacks one enemy, places decreased crit rate for 4 turns. Weaken for 4 turns on targets under decreased crit rate. AoE, except the initial target. Places attack break on all enemies. Defense down on all enemies. And then he's got another one, AoE, Iron Mark. The higher the enemy's defense, the longer the duration of Iron Mark will be. Iron Mark debuff with a 10-turn countdown will be placed on a champion with the highest defense. The debuff with a 6-turn countdown will be placed on a champion with the lowest defense. The Iron Mark debuffs cannot be blocked or removed. This boss could not use this skill if his HP drops below 40% of the boss's max HP. The boss's defense is increased by 2.5%. Okay. So it sounds like it can be resisted, though.
Boss, meet the Iron Twins. There are no pre-boss waves to take on, but these mechanical guardians will be tough to beat.
That looks really cool, man.
About your team composition and each individual champion's stat builds before you even set foot in
all
battle.
Of it. The stage looks cool.
First, the twins' attack and defense stats gradually increase throughout the battle as they use their skills, and their stats grow faster for every champion on your team that doesn't match the boss's affinity. That's why the dungeon works like it does, and why affinities really matter here. On top of that, your champion's own stats affect how quickly a special debuff stacks on them, and this is a big danger. Get too many stacks, and you almost certainly won't survive the Iron Twins' attacks. And for today, that's all we're telling you. Now, if you do manage to take these guys down, you go home with some valuable new items. Soul Coins and Soul Essence. These things are why you came here in the first place, and once you've got some, you'll be heading straight to your bastion, to an all-new building,
cool,
the Altar of Souls.
Pretty cool. It looks real. It looks like a real solid
using, you guessed it,
feature.
Their souls.
We'll see how they implement
it. To awaken any champion, you'll need their specific soul or parts of their soul split up into pieces. But it has to be theirs. You can't just use Death Knight soul to awaken Turbold, for example.
I'm sorry, I need to hear that again.
You can't awake specific. The Altar of Souls. This is where you'll be awakening your champions using, you guessed it, their souls. To awaken any champion, you'll need their specific soul or parts of their soul split up into pieces. But it has to be theirs. You can't just use Death Knight soul to awaken Turbold, for example. In fact, you can't awaken common or uncommon champions at all. Sorry, DK. Maybe someday, if you can realize your potential. So, like champions and like Ascension, souls have different numbers of stars. This is their awakening level. Each champion can be awakened through 6 levels of awakening, and the only limitation is that they can't be awakened more times than they've been ascended. There are 2 types you can use, Perfect Souls and Split Souls. Perfect Souls will awaken a champion to exactly the awakening level it says on the box. No more, no less. No hoops to jump through. Split Souls, on the other hand, only have 1 star filled in bright red, easy-to-see colors. It can only be used to awaken a champion to that specific level. So, to awaken a champion to level 4 awakening with a 4-star split soul, they need to already be at level 3 awakening. So, you want souls? You've got soul coins. What do? Let's start with the perfect souls.
Wait a minute.
Take
Hang
your
on a
pocket
second.
full of soul coins and head to the Mystic Market. This is where you'll spend your hard-earned soul coins to get soul stones. Grab what you want, then head straight to the Soul Stone Summon tab. Here, you'll use those soul stones to summon, well, souls.
Okay, never mind.
This interface
Never mind. I take it back. This is just a red star system from Marvel Strike Force. I thought you were farming the materials, and then it costs materials to ascend the champion or awaken the champion you wanted to awaken. I didn't know you were collecting materials to summon. That's just the red star thing from Marvel Strike Force that everyone hated. That so many players quit playing Marvel Strike Force over.
Looks familiar.
That's what this is.
And you might also notice that there are 3 types of soul stones: mortal, immortal, and eternal. Summoning souls via soul stones will always give you perfect souls. The better the soul stone, the better your chances of getting higher level souls for higher rarity champions. It's similar to summoning champions. You even have a soul collection that works just like your champion collection. But there is one big difference: the wish list. There are a lot of champions in Raid, and finding the right type of
That's
soul
nice
for
that
the
they
right
implement that,
champion
I guess.
sounds pretty daunting. So you'll be able to add some champs to your wish list. This will increase your chances of finding their perfect souls from soul stones. All right, that's perfect souls, but what about split souls? To get split souls, you'll need to exchange your soul essence at the soul merchant. The soul merchant will let you get the exact souls you need for your champions at exactly the right level of awakening, but you'll need to check in regularly to see what's in stock. You don't want to miss out on the exact soul you've been looking for. I can feel what you're thinking. What if I get a soul for a champion I don't have? You can always keep them for later, but if you don't want to do that, just head to your soul collection and sell your soul. That sounds scary, but hear me out. They're not your souls anyway. They're your champions, so why should you care? Selling souls gets you more soul coins, which you'll then use for more soul stones or soul essence, and then more souls.
I don't know. We're going to have to
Always
see.
extra
We're going to have to wait and
souls, so
see,
this
it
is
looks
a
like.
nice, easy circle that helps make sure you're always moving forward on your hunt for souls. All right, so once you've got your souls, you'll want to awaken your champions. Head to the Awaken tab, select your champion, choose your souls, and boom, awakened. Now it's time for the big payoff, blessings. Once awakened, every champion can choose to align to one of several divinities, light, dark, war, and chaos, for now. Each divinity has their own blessings. Blessings are limited by a champion's rarity, so rare champions can only receive rare blessings. Epics can have either rare or epic blessings, and legendary champions can choose any blessing they want. Each champion can only choose a single blessing, so picking the right blessing for your usage is
God,
key.
this is going to change so
There are 6
much.
levels of blessings, but we made it easy. You don't have to upgrade them individually. They're all simply tied to your champion's level of awakening. Awaken a champion 6 times, and they'll have access to the level 6 benefits of any blessing they choose.
Wow, dude.
And that's awakening in a nutshell. Told you, it's big. But
That's
that's
a lot.
not everything.
We'll have to see how it
We're also
implements, because
bringing out a new type of event
the
for
fact that it's so much like the Marvel Strike Force Red Star thing, which I didn't hate that much, to be clear. I understand why people did, but Marvel Strike Force, it didn't feel that foreign to the way that game worked to me. So we'll just have to see how this implements. I'm not totally against the idea of the way it's set up right now, but I'm a little bit less like gung-ho about the idea than when I thought you were just farming materials to awaken your champs. Now you have to summon. I mean, that adds another element of, of fun and summon sessions, and there's positive things about it. I don't just automatically think it's going to be bad. I'm interested to see how it gets implemented, what it looks like in play. Sometimes you just can't tell until you see it in action. So we'll reserve our judgment.
You'll earn fate points from a bunch of in-game activities, like raiding dungeons, leveling up champions, opening shards, the usual stuff. You'll then use those fate points to flip cards. Whatever you flip over, you get to keep as a reward. But there's another layer. There are 3 rarities of cards, and if fate is on your side and you flip 3 cards of the same rarity one after another, you'll get a bonus reward. A fate chest containing a bunch of awesome items. These deck of fate events will be used to get more from your everyday rating, which is something we think everyone can get behind.
Okay, now this, without thinking about if it's going to be another pay-to-win thing or how hard the points are going to get or anything, just conceptually, this is the type of stuff I've been saying I want them to do for a while. Come up with another way to make the events more interesting. Stop just giving us champ training with the rows of shit and summon rush with the rows of shit and the same old shit over and over. Same with Hero's Path, which they didn't really implement too well. But again, it's a different way. This is a little bit more interactive. This looks fun. This looks interesting. It's a cool idea. It's not something I've seen before. As long as they're not dropping Deck of Fate packs constantly with these points in them, like as long as it's just something they add to the game, and it's playable for everybody. And then if they want to drop packs on the side for the whales that want to just buy their way through it, fine. But as long as it's playable for everybody, I love this. This is great. This is what I've been saying I've been wanting them to do for the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Come up with some more interesting events to put in this game. So hats off to him on that one.
Keep an eye out for the first event later this year. Those are the 2 big features we wanted to talk about today, but here's a bit of eye candy before we finish.
A Lego book for 3
First,
epics?
Champion skins. We've got more in the pipeline, and we think you Barbarian fans out there are going to love them. including this
No,
more
Ash is
literal
stoked.
spin
That's
on
sick,
everyone's
man.
favorite warrior queen, Syl of the Drakes. And as always, we've got more champions coming. I'll let the images do the talking here. Most of these are in their final stages of development, so you'll be seeing them popping out of shards sooner rather than later. Let us know what kind of champions you'd like to see added in the future in the comments. We've been listening to your feedback,
That's a
and we
skinwalker.
will
That
do
could be a good
justice
thing.
to some community favorites very soon. That's everything. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to catch more raid videos as soon as they come out. Until next time, good luck.
I just want to make sure there's not
happy
some teaser
raiding.
at the end or something. There you go. Man, dude, they're real good at those. They're real good at those. That might be the best one yet. That one's really good. There's some that awaken system with the blessing system is huge. That is going to change the game so much, dude. That is such a game changing thing. And again, I'm reserving judgment till we see it in action because it's the Marvel Strike Force Red Star thing. But again, that's fine. I didn't quit over the Red Star thing. I didn't hate the Red Star thing. I just hope they don't. I just hope it's a level playing field. That's my big concern about it. If it's going to be the Red Star system and you got to farm and you got to summon, fine. Don't sell packs that let people. Don't sell. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it all yet. We'll just have to wait and see in practice. Conceptually, I like it all, though. I think it's all very exciting. I think Raid is about to open up a lot. I'm really, really glad rares are included. That's going to make things really fun for our Rare and a Go account. So yeah, what I would like to see them do when they drop the system, like when the update happens and they drop Awakening, is just give everybody a little bit of the currency, so everybody can jump in and knock out a couple summons and maybe get something and get started doing it. But we'll see what they do. What do you guys think, man? How do you feel about it all? I think it looks fun. I think the new dungeon looks cool. I think Awaken looks awesome. I think the Deck of Fate looks like a cool event. I think conceptually there's a lot of great things here, and historically, that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but we'll wait and see what it all looks like in practice. So I'm stoked. Should be exciting. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are you most excited about from that? That might be their best one yet. But either way, I'm going to get out of here. I got to get to a chiropractor visit. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a good one. Catch you later.